Peace and darkness. You cannot tell that someone is a ticking time bomb just by looking at them. Emotional intelligence is the ability to regulate your emotions, and abuse disrupts all of that. So let's talk about it.
Had to hop over fences and climb up the ladder to get what I want, bitch. I'm just getting better. They tried to tell me I would never be shit. Look at me now, body built like a brick. Sleep all you want, but I'm chasing my dreams. Everything I do is fucking supreme. Came from the hood, ain't shit sweet about me.
Welcome back to my channel. My name is Deity, Princey, and I am the Miracle Coach, which is a transformational and empowerment coach to help you heal from any childhood trauma so you can manifest the life of your dreams. So let's hop right into this video. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and regulate your own emotions and the emotions of others. So this video is to piggyback off of my last video, which is giving you the confirmation that you did not vibrate to abuse. It's impossible for you to pick and choose a family. That's ego. That is ego. I'm here to be your confirmation that even in a spiritual community, a lot of people don't even recognize that it's their ego speaking for them. I say your ego is your amigo. Ralph Smart Infinite Water says your ego is not your amigo. But I've learned to control mine, and you can learn to control yours too. So the ego wants to condemn you. The ego wants to say you did something bad in the past life. But let's break this down here. I do have a free course below that talks about your 8 mental faculties and to connect with your authentic self. Your 8 mental faculties, each faculty has its own vibration, right? I'm going to use an example for you. Your imagination, or better yet, let's use your parents for an example, right? If you had abusive parents, your parents' imagination could have been so high, right? And your imagination can determine how healed or how traumatized you are. If you're not able to think of the most amazing experience, what you truly want, what you truly desire, if you feel stuck, that's a sign that your imagination is very low, is vibrating low. So your parents could have had a very high imagination, right? Especially if they're narcissists. Yeah, I want this person to do this for me. I want this bag, I want that bag. But now when it comes to their emotional intelligence, that can be very low, right? But emotional intelligence can also be distorted when it comes to survival. Your same parent who may have abused you, when they go to work, they're not abusing their boss. They're not screaming and yelling at their boss because it goes back to survival needs. So again, if a person's vibrating high in one mental faculty but vibrating low in another mental faculty, just to use what people say that you vibrated to your abuse, let's just play devil's advocate, right? If you want to say you vibrated to this person, just like we meet people all day, every day, you could be vibing high all week, and then you have one day where you think of a memory that has you vibrating low because you're triggered. And then you encounter out in public, you encounter a narcissist or something, and then you're questioning yourself, well, what did I do? How did I attract this experience? It's not you. Don't beat yourself up. You have so many mental faculties. Your perception. You thinking of an old memory could have triggered your own perception to the current circumstances, which allowed you to oscillate and dip back into a lower vibration. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. We're all going to oscillate up and down, but the more you oscillate higher, yeah, if you dip down, it might be for a second and you come right back up. It's an oscillation. So going back to your abusive parents, if you want to say someone vibrated to abuse, they could have been thinking and vibrating high on certain areas and then vibrating low on others, because sex is a biological instinct. So if someone is having sex and that brings them joy, right? Because they're attached to it, right? That's a positive experience. That right there in itself it doesn't matter how abusive that person may be. In that moment, there is no abuse. In that moment, they're feeling pleasure. Whoever they're with is feeling pleasure. So again, you did not vibrate to abuse though. That was just to play devil's advocate, because like I stated, you have so many faculties within you. You have not only your faculties, you have to think about it. You're a multidimensional being. You have your subconscious, you have your unconscious, you have your inner child, you have your shadow, you have that ego. You have all these different layers in you that are oscillating and vibrating on their own different experience as well. This is when you become the master of self mastery. And going back to abuse, right? Abuse is compartmentalization. So again, the same parent who is screaming in anger, we all know them narcissistic parents who around everybody, they're so sweet. Everybody's like, oh my God, you have the best mom and dad ever. But in the house, they're a fucking raging wild animal, a ferocious beast, okay? It's the same thing. Abuse gets compartmentalized because of survival. If this person knows that, oh, if these people see me act like that, I'm not going to have a friend group. I'm not going to have a job. So I have to put this mask on. I have to pretend to be something that I'm really not. So then when they come home, now the mask comes off. Now they're a whole different person. So abuse gets compartmentalized. Your emotional intelligence, your parents' emotional intelligence, this is the awareness of your own emotions and how you treat other people and how to regulate yourself and how to help others regulate. So if your parents was not able to regulate their own emotional intelligence, you were literally given to them to be a reflection for them to grow. We are all gifts to each other. We come into each other's lives to either be a lesson or to be a blessing or to be here for a season or for a reason, okay? And when we get something that's innocent, when we get something that cannot fend for itself, it's up to us to cultivate the environment. It's up to me to love and cherish my puppy, or I could lock her away in a cage all day, right? I don't agree with the whole crate thing, but I won't make this video about that, but I'll use that as an example. I could keep her in a crate 8 hours a day. Nobody wouldn't say anything because that's technically how long you can keep them in there. But to me, that sounds fucked up. I wouldn't want to be in a cage for 8 hours. I would go crazy. That's why they have cage rage. You have the free choice to love and nurture something or to kick it and push it down the steps. And if you found value here from my channel, please subscribe. I am doing my best so that way I can make it to 500 subs. I'm going to do a giveaway at 500 subs. So if you love it here, go ahead and hit like, subscribe, comment. You are helping me. We know how this goes. This is how we help each other to grow. And also, like I told you, I have a free course below. If you would like to book your one-on-one, if you're ready to dive into your transformation journey, go ahead and book your one-on-one below as well. And if you have any questions, if you have any video requests, you can drop a comment. If you would like your request to be private, you can also email me too. All my information is linked. All you have to do is do this step and reach out to me because I'm here for you. Peace, love, and darkness to you. Remember to stay rich and stay what? Dangerous. And that's on what? Period. I'll see you soon.
In my dreams, everything I do is fucking supreme. Came from the hood, ain't shit